Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. Today I'm going to be doing my NFL Week 5 game picks. As NFL Week 5 is getting underway in over an hour. It is 5:45, and the Commanders-Bears game starts at 7:15. So we are an hour and a half away from the kickoff of Week 5. You have a total of 14 games this week, 4 teams on the bye. 2 teams in the NFC, 2 teams in the AFC. The teams in the AFC are the Chargers and the Browns, and the two teams in the NFC are the Seahawks and the Buccaneers. 3 out of the 4, the teams that have the bye week this week, are all teams that are literally all teams that have injured quarterbacks. With the Browns, Deshaun Watson just missed the Browns Week 4 game. Justin Herbert against the Raiders hurt his finger or his hand or something, and had to wrap something around his finger, and was not able to really be himself out there for the Chargers in this most of the second half of the Raiders game in Week 4. And then Geno Smith, I know he was healthy, he was able to come back in the to start the second half, but Geno Smith hurt his knee in the game against the New York Giants on Monday Night Football. Now, Baker Mayfield for the Buccaneers is totally okay, but those 3 guys all are hurt, and I know Geno Smith came back in the second half. I know Justin Herbert didn't have to come out of the game. I know Deshaun Watson on the other end missed the full game for the Browns, but these quarterbacks and these teams probably take the week off. They need the week off. But all right, getting into this week's games, you have tonight Thursday Night Football game. Here are the primetime games. You got this. So you have tonight's Thursday Night Football game between the Bears and the Commanders. You have a Sunday morning game with another game in London with the Bills and the Jags. That's going to be a great game between 2 really good teams. And then you have, of course, Sunday Night Football. I think this will be a better game than Sunday Night Football last week, with the Chiefs and the Jets. It's not going to have as much as viewers because the Chiefs and Travis Kelce aren't playing, and Taylor Swift is not at the game. But the Cowboys and the 49ers is going to be a great Sunday Night Football game. Probably will be the best Sunday Night Football by far that we've seen so far to start the season. And then Monday Night Football, this will be a fun one. In Las Vegas, Davante Adams matches up against his former team, the Green Bay Packers, and Jordan Love. So that will be a fun one. So those are your primetime games for Week 5. All right, getting into my predictions, starting with tonight's game. Commanders-Bears. I have the Commanders winning tonight's game by 3. I know a lot of people are thinking the Commanders are going to come in and win this game by ease. I don't think so. I think Justin Fields has a good game tonight. I think DJ Moore has another very good game. You have DJ Moore in fantasy. Do not sit DJ Moore in fantasy. He will be a fantasy beast tonight. Commanders, pass defense has been a little bit weak to start out the season. I see DJ Moore and Justin Fields connecting quite a bit tonight, and I think that's what I think Justin Fields kind of showing what he did against the Broncos last week. I think he's going to do the same thing against the Commanders. But I think ultimately what sells this game for the Bears, and I think the Bears are going to have a shot to get their first win of the season again. But what I think is going to end up selling for them is defense, the offensive line, and coaching. Probably all 3 of them in this ball game for the Bears. I have the Commanders winning it by 3. I have the Commanders winning it 32-29. Wouldn't surprise me if the Commanders win it on a game-winning field goal. It's going to be a lot better. A lot better than last year's Thursday Night Football between these 2 teams. These 2 teams match up around the same quite of time last year on Thursday Night Football. These 2 teams matched up on Week 6 of Thursday Night Football last year. This time it's Week 5. And it was one of the worst games of the year. Probably the worst game of the year. The Commanders won 12-7. It was a terrible game. But I think this one will be a better team. This one will be a better game. I think both teams have improved since last year. All right, getting into Sunday's game, starting with the Sunday morning game. Bills-Jaguars. I think the Bills win it 30-28. I think the Bills keep doing what they're doing. Josh Allen has been balling. Probably a very early MVP candidate, and they just stomped the Dolphins. I think the Bills are able to win this one 38-28. Another division, you got a division matchup to start Sunday's early afternoon slates, and I think the Titans beat the Colts 26-21. I'm expecting a decent game for Ryan Tannehill. I'm expecting DeAndre Hopkins' best game in the Titans uniform. I think Derrick Henry has a good day against this Colts defense, and I think the Titans win it 26-21. This is the biggest blowout I have happening of the day, or one of the biggest blowouts I have. The Miami Dolphins. I have the Miami Dolphins beating the New York Giants 33-16. I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Jones gets benched in this ball game. And then getting into the Houston Texans, the Atlanta Falcons, I have the Houston Texans winning their third straight ball game. I have the Texans winning 27-17 over the Atlanta Falcons. And then I have, this is the biggest blowout, not the Dolphins and the Giants. As in the meantime, I still don't see anything changing with Bryce Young. I think the Lions win this one 27-9 over the Panthers. Bryce Young and this Panthers offense is going up against a really solid defense in the Lions. And they caused trouble for Jordan Love and the Packers offense against a very smart offensive coordinator and Matt LaFleur. And an offense that has Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, Jordan Love at quarterback. And they played really good, defensively against them. It might be ugly what they do to the Panthers and Bryce Young. I got the Lions winning at 27-9. Then I think this one will be one of the best, closest games you see on Sunday. I have the Patriots beating the Saints 27-23. Maybe I could see them winning 27-24. I think the Patriots bounce back, and especially it being at home. They haven't played at home since week 2. They've been on the road the last 2 weeks. I see the Patriots bouncing back. All right, then Ravens Steelers. I got the Ravens winning, but it's a close one. I think the Steelers offense is still going to be terrible, but I think their defense is going to be good. You always see when these two teams match up, it is always a low-scoring, close game. I have the Ravens winning at 17-13. Then the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Arizona Cardinals. I see this one being a close one as well. I see Joe Burrow having his best game to start out the season. He has been terrible. I think he has his best game by far on Sunday. And I think the Bengals win this one 30-24 over the Arizona Cardinals. I have the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Minnesota Vikings 31-26 in Minnesota. I know people are saying Minnesota's going to pull off some upset, but I don't see it happening. I have the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Los Angeles Rams 24-16. I think this will be a good, close game, a little bit low scoring for two decent offenses. I think this will be a nice game between two good defenses. Could this be Cooper Kupp's first game back with the Rams? And then this one is actually a very interesting game for 2 1-3 teams. You have the Nathaniel Hackett and Sean Payton drama. Hackett is back in Denver. I think that's going to be a very interesting headline. I know Aaron Rodgers is not playing, but Rodgers and Sean Payton were taking shots at each other throughout the summer, and this will be a fun matchup, a very fun matchup. I think the Jets win it in a close one. I think Zach Wilson's confidence from last week's game carries over to this game. I think the Jets win 21-19. All right, Sunday Night Football. This game, I think it's about who's going to play better defense. Obviously, I think offense is important, and the 49ers have a better offense than the Cowboys, but the Cowboys have a better defense than the 49ers. They both have top-tier defenses. Now, I wouldn't say the Cowboys have a top-tier offense. Good offense. You got CeeDee Lamb. You have CeeDee Lamb. You have Tony Pollard. You have a couple other pieces like Michael Gallup and Brandon Cooks. Even Jake Ferguson had a good week last week. But it's not as top tier as the 49ers with George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Brock Purdy. Their offensive line, one of the best in the league. So I just wonder, is this Cowboys? We've seen some great games from this Cowboys defense early on in the first 4 weeks, but are they going to be able to do what they've done against the other teams they faced early on in the season against the 49ers? That's a big question I have. I could see this game going either way. I'm going to go with the Cowboys winning this game 20-17. But I very well could see the Cowboys losing this one in a 35-20 score. But I'm going to go ahead and believe in the Cowboys. As someone who does not like the Cowboys at all, I'm believing in them to win this game. Then the Packers and the Raiders. It's looking like Jimmy Garoppolo could miss this game for the Raiders, still in the concussion protocol. I'm going to say he's going to be able to go, especially with that extra day off, this game not being Sunday. This game is a Monday game. I'm going to say he goes, but I think the Packers win this one on the road and bounce back after a terrible loss to the Lions on 10 days ago. By the time this game is played, their last game would be 11 days ago. And I think the Packers bounce back. I think Jordan Love bounces back. I think Christian Watson has a big game for the Packers. I think Aaron Jones has a bounce back for the Packers as well. The Raiders aren't a very good defense. I think the Packers will stomp through that, and I think the Packers will win 24-17 in a close one. But I think Davante Adams has a very good game against his former team. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on my Week 5 game picks. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.